Hey.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone. We hope you can see us. We are trying something a little different tonight. We've got some new... Well, I've got some new toys because Jodie was just awesome.
Well, why not?
Yeah. So I'm trying to make sure that you're still hearing us, and changing cameras and things like that becomes easier. There we are. See that? And then I can just switch back to this and we can see what's going on. Ah, good. You can see us at church. Oh, good evening, Tio. Good evening to all the youth.
Hello, youth.
You might see us on a different, smaller section on the screen with this one for guys and everyone that's watching tonight, because when I change cameras, so this one's coming from my iPhone, and we're trying to, I'm still learning how, like I said, how to use technology, and I need to get the proper app to allow us to go with a full camera rather than looking at like we've shrunk. But if I go back to, and this is what I guess you get when you play with new toys and things like that, you know, I switch cameras again and we go back to something fancy like this.
Very.
Yeah. So we hope that you've all had a... Yes, I know, I look sunburnt, don't I? See, can't you tell I look sunburnt? It's because of... Can't you see our backdrop?
Makeup.
Look at the backdrop that we've got. Maybe I need to put some more makeup on, yeah. I've been out sunning myself today, but it's been raining.
It's been raining all day.
It's been raining all day. We hope you can hear us loud and clear. We've had a few issues. When you weren't here, the first week you weren't here, there was a zzz or some other noise that everyone could hear, but I couldn't hear it. And then I went to just that microphone that you're using now, and you know, that made it better. But now that you're back, I think everything's running smoothly. So
cool.
Yeah, which is really good. So you know, we can do all sorts of things with this new technology that I'm playing with, and so you know, tonight we're going to talk about love.
Aww.
And it's really awesome. But I have to say that it's so good to have you back. The last 2 weeks have been really good, but they're not as good as when you're with me because I'm quite boring, and listening to myself all the time and trying to talk to a camera is quite.
It's hard.
I hate it, but yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm glad you're back. So congratulations, my dear, on completing your nursing degree.
Thank
again.
you.
And it's awesome that you're finished
yay!
and that we can now relax.
Yes.
Oh, well, hopefully you won't make me work too hard.
Well, I've got some jobs for you, but it's on a list and it's Sabbath, so we won't go into that right now.
Oh, sounds good. Is that because you love me too much?
I love you way more than you love me.
Okay. That's all good. All right. I'm sitting here clicking buttons and doing all sorts of things. And
Playing.
yeah, well, it's what happens these days in my old age. I've got to make sure that, I get everything out so everyone is tuned in. We've got people watching.
Am I tuned in? I'm so tired.
I know. We've had a quite a hectic week. It seems like, it goes from one week to another and that. So
It just goes so fast.
I know. It's like the last 2 weeks have been very, very busy.
Mm.
And
The last 3 weeks for
3
me.
weeks, yeah. And I don't know about everyone else. How's your week been? Tell us where you are watching. I know there's heaps of youth watching.
Hi, Evie.
And hello to Evie. Hello, Evelyn. We hope you've...
Auntie Jodie says hello 'cause she loves you.
And Uncle Matt loves you too, but he loves you more.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So tonight we're going to look at, over the next few weeks, we're going to look at love and different elements of love.
Is this where we sing? 'Tis love that makes us happy. 'Tis love that rules the way.
Oh, you're a good singer. Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
I wish my sisters were here.
You could get the guitar out and sing.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on.
I need Uncle Farrell here for that. And Uncle Morris. I'm hopeless on my own.
Oh, yeah, I know. But, hey, you're not that...
Yeah, you said, yeah, I know. There's so much love in the room.
I know. Hang on, I'll just take those daggers out that you just threw at me right now, and I'll just hand them back.
Yes, I'll sharpen them.
You can sharpen them up a bit more.
Give you a bit more love later.
Right, okay. And hello to Amanda and Sean out at, I'm not sure where they are tonight, but I know...
Come on, Pastor Sean. Where are you?
Tell us where you're watching from.
Are you at home, or are you Burke, or Dubbo, or in Cooranbong?
Yeah, and we hope everything's going well with you guys as well.
Yeah.
So, love requires commitment. So, tonight we're talking a little bit about commitment. Love requires commitment, and commitment requires abandoning our exit strategies. Did you know there's exit strategies with love?
I'll just close the door.
Yeah, but
That's not...
depends how you lock it, I suppose.
Well, you hold the key.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Nice to see you watching in Burke. Nice.
Woohoo!
Hopefully you're getting some of this rain out.
Are you getting rain out there?
We're getting here because we're getting heaps of it, I tell you. It's,
Have to mow the lawn on Sunday?
Yeah, if it's not raining.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my favourite verse examples, which is really good, of removing any exit strategies, comes from the prophet Elisha. Now, he created an amazing exit strategy to make sure that he couldn't exit because of the love that he had for God and that he wanted to serve. And this is something that we can learn from this. The Old Testament book of 1 Kings Chronicles, Elisha's extraordinary story. So God called Elisha into a life of ministry, but Elisha wisely understood that embracing his calling would mean letting go of his current career. So, what was Elisha's current career? He was a farmer.
Like we were.
Once, yeah.
Once.
Yeah. So Elisha was a farmer, and from a family of farmers. His cattle and his farming equipment represented his family trade. So back in those days, what people had represented what they did. So it represented their trade, their heritage, and that was their income. So this was Elisha's income. Elisha didn't want the temptation of comfortable exit strategy in his mind on the days when his new life in ministry might get uncomfortable. So what was happening with Elisha is that he wanted to make sure that if he was going to be all in with God,
Mm-hmm.
that there was no way that saying, oh, God, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to go back and do what I used to do.
So you're saying he made sure that there was no distractions to pull him away
Yeah.
from serving God and following his direction instead of his own.
Yeah. So Elisha he wanted to go all in with God. So if you're going to do it, you're going to do it all in. It's like a relationship. Are you in boots and all, or are you half in?
So like baptism.
Yeah. That's another good example.
It's putting yourself out there for everyone to see, to say, yes, this is the path I want to take, this is who I want to follow, this is who I want to serve.
Yep.
And it's showing everybody that you're taking that stand and that commitment.
Yep.
It's like love. Oh.
Yeah. So to simultaneously celebrate his calling, so Elisha's new calling, and publicly display his commitment to God, Elisha threw himself a very unique going away party. So what he did was he slaughtered all his cattle and cooked their meat by burning all his farm equipment.
Wow.
So he was symbolically and literally lighting fire to his exit strategy.
Wow, that's huge.
So it is. It's because he's like saying, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this all in.
It's like, yeah, it's like baptism.
All in.
Or getting married, or
Yeah.
going into a relationship with someone.
Yep.
You know, you don't want to just, here and there. It's all in.
Yep. So as he celebrated his new adventure with his family and friends that night, they all knew he wouldn't be coming home. Because he'd made sure he'd have nothing to come home to. He had removed the temptation. He had eliminated the exit strategy. His love for God moved him to make a dramatic commitment. Kind of gets us thinking about what's our relationship with God like. Are we all in or are we in half? And we're going to go to God when we've got a problem. And the love that, if you're going to love something or love someone, it requires commitment.
Yeah.
It requires, it's like, it's not, I love you. There's all these different phases of love, I guess. There's this, in what I call it, there's love.
Lust.
There's lust. There's infatuated love. So you're infatuated, you think you're in love with them, but you're actually obsessed with them as a person.
Like I was with you.
I know you weren't obsessed with them.
I was.
Oh, you probably think you were.
When I started dating you, I just couldn't get enough of you. I wanted to be with you. I wanted to talk to you about everything. But we lived 4 hours. Yes, because we live together now. Behave yourself, will you? We've got the youth. We've got to be good on for the youth.
Hey, by the way, feel free to comment, guys. Just chuck a comment up.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think love is,
So when I first started dating you, I couldn't get enough of you. I wanted to know everything about you. I wanted to go deeper into your thoughts to see whether we matched.
Did it work?
I don't. 24 years later, what do you think? Unless you're having second thoughts. Wrong answer.
No. Love should have... Lot's wife, yes, should have burnt her... Hang on. This is bad when I can't see what's on the screen.
You need to go and get your eyes checked, old
Lot's
man.
wife should have burnt her exit strategy. Yes. She
Yeah.
never. She turned and looked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And this is the thing, is that, my love for you was a commitment that I made when I said I do. So it's if you go through that phase of loving someone, it's where you can go, okay, I love them. I think I love them, and this is why marriages break down, right? Because what happens is things change from when they were dating before, and it's like quite often what happens, they go, do you know what? We're married now. I've arrived.
Yes.
But the reality is, for love to continue and for that commitment to continue to grow, it's got to go from this to something deeper. That lust or whatever, and it's so. In other words, if you were dating each other before you were married, you should still be dating each other now.
Yes. Pastor Sean, are you dating your wife?
Tio, are you dating your wife?
Yes. Uncle Farrell, are you dating
Anyone
yours?
that's watching, if you're in a relationship, a married relationship, are you dating your wife? Are you a husband? Whatever. Are you dating your partner? Because if you dated them beforehand and you went out on dates, what stopped you from doing that after? Or even now, what has stopped you? Yeah, okay, COVID. You can still go on dates.
You can still date.
I know.
They're still talking.
It was kind of like yesterday afternoon, right? You were going to pick up the kids, and it's pretty boring going to pick up the kids on your own.
Yeah,
and you went down the road.
lonely.
And I was sitting at home here, trying to work on my sermon and stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to work anymore. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Come and get me. So it's like we did a mini date in the car going to pick up the kids.
Yeah. It's nice. It's been my first week at home.
No assignments, no prep.
Because, nothing. Everything's done. And it's been a bit surreal, but, we've been there. You've been there for me for 18 months. You've stood by me. You've wiped my tears. You've given me support. It's just another layer of love that we've walked through together. What is he saying? Is he being naughty?
No, I think it's good. It's a leap year. My wife needs to date me. I think that's good.
Yeah.
And you are right. It shouldn't be just the one way where the husband should be dating the wife. Wife should be reciprocating and dating the husband. And it should be both.
We cook your food.
Oh,
That's
come
dating.
on. That's what you burn it. you burn it.
I didn't burn it yet. Though, when I was younger, I did burn a couple of pots we had to throw out when we first got married. But shh, don't tell any of the youth that I'm a bad cook.
Oh, you better now.
Well, so are you.
It's like the saying, and I dare not say this, but I think it's so true. And I don't drink alcohol or anything like that. I've heard the saying is, wine tastes better as it gets older.
Yeah.
And a relationship can taste better as you spend more time together.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that. That's really cool.
But also, okay, here's another analogy because I'm in the health field. A relationship is like skin. There's different layers that we go through that protect us so we don't hurt down to the hard stuff without God.
Yeah.
So, we have to grab onto what God's given us, which is you and me. We've got each other. But he's also, we've got skin all over our body. And, you have my heart. There's 3 of us in our marriage. But also in my life, I've chosen to have Bestie and, I just, it's placing people that are good influences around us.
And to help us in our relationship.
Yeah.
And also in our
Well, we
life,
talk to the kids about school and picking the right friends.
Yep.
Ones that are going to be able to support you, to push you in the right direction, rather than lead you astray and off the road.
Yep.
It's the same with life. You want people around you that are going to be encouraging. And, it's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But, we've had to cling together and we've had to put Band-Aids on situations and we've had to work really hard sometimes together. But after 24 years, it's
still working. We haven't made it yet.
We'll make it when we walk together in heaven.
Yeah. Happy Sabbath to the youth again, and from Josie and also from everyone there. So we hope you're having a good evening as well. And this is the thing as well is that his love for God, Elisha's love for God, moved him to make a dramatic commitment. So with that dramatic commitment, God then honoured Elisha's commitment. So Elisha went on to become one of the most significant spiritual leaders in Israel's history. His love, faith and commitment to God continue to inspire people around the globe today. And love thrives where love is rooted in commitment. Make sure your loved ones know your love isn't just a fickle feeling. It's like, it's serious. It's a promise for your shared future. Embrace a deeper sense of responsibility for and accountability to your loved ones. And you'll be cultivating fertile soil where lasting love can take root. Grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence.
No, you should be watering your own grass and fertilising your own grass.
That's right, which means
so it can grow thick and strong.
And that means in your relationships, whether it's with friends, because love doesn't mean it's... and we're talking about love in a marriage type context here, but love goes beyond that. Love is also, keeping an eye out on your friends, sticking up for them, and a commitment to saying, hey, I want to be your friend and I'm going to be by your side through thick and thin.
But it's like driving 6, 7, 12 hours if somebody needs you. It doesn't have to be family. It could be friends. There are things that we can do that God allows us to have the financial backing, He'll supply all our needs. It's just, okay, God, this is the direction that we're going. Provide and support, and I'm yours. And I'm hoping that people have that passion to go out of their way and serve others. That's one thing in my mind that Jesus always did. He served. I was talking to Jazz today, and she was just like, I was in Bible class today, Mum, and we were talking about the teacher was going through and the feelings Jesus was feeling as he died on the cross. And she was holding back tears. She felt the way Jesus would have felt. And I said, he did that for you. That's love. The sacrifice. You've sacrificed things for me. The last 18 months. You've helped me study. I know some of the youth they're studying right now too. Their parents have been supporting them through that, through the hard times. We've supported family and friends and church as well because we care and we love who we look after and who we care for. It's really important that we reach out and service.
Yeah.
Because that's what real love is.
Yeah.
Dying to self.
Yeah.
Putting somebody else first. That's what this prophet did.
Yeah.
He put God before anything else. He didn't want like a hotted up car with mag wheels, tinted windows, great blaring stereo, just to go down the street bumping away.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, you are mine. However,
but that's also like a fake love too, because if someone actually gives you something and gives whatever you want, whenever you ask for it, is that really love? And is that commitment to you?
Depends on the context that it's given to you.
Okay, so it's a friend. You got a friend that gives you, say, hey, I want to hang out with you, but I'll give you anything, or even a parent maybe. They give you anything. It's like love is brought.
Yeah, well, buying love, that doesn't count. That's expectation.
Because that's what it does. It creates expectation.
Yeah. Now, we haven't spoken about any of this tonight. We're just going on a whim. We're talking about different
it's something
different
that
things.
we know about and have experienced.
Yeah.
And so this is what we want to encourage everyone, including our youth that are watching and enjoying food in Mount Druitt. And hopefully there's a good group of you on this wet Friday night.
Yes.
And anyone else that's watching. You know, we want you to reflect on your relationships.
Yeah.
And the people that you're choosing to be your friends.
Yeah.
Because this is what it comes down to, is that, you know, love is something that it requires commitment, and that's what our focus is tonight. You know? And next week we'll go to another part of the focus of that. But, you know, love is something that should never be taken for granted.
No, that's right. It can be all taken away in a split second. So we need to love right now.
You know, and the other thing is too, which is, I can't remember the Bible verse exactly, but love is patient, love is kind.
Yes.
You know, so as a result of love, it should not be, you can't buy love, as we just said. It should not be expected as well, I think, in some aspects, because in order to love someone, you need to demonstrate, or, you know, but Christ loved us first.
Yeah.
And we know that Jesus loved us first, and he loved you first, because what did he do? He spread out his arms.
Yeah.
And died for us.
Yeah.
So that we could live and have life and have that choice as well. I'm not saying anything because I love you so much, and that's what I get to say. And you know, if I can't say it on a camera, I can just say I love you.
You can kiss me later.
And you know, yeah. And you know what? This is something that's really special in a relationship as well. Is that, you know, if you're out there and you're single and you're looking for someone, let me encourage you as well, as if you want that love, like a love relationship commitment, let me encourage you that...
Go to North Queensland.
No, don't go to North Queensland. There's drop kicks up there too, don't worry. Pray and
what are you
ask
saying?
God... Well, it could be a drop kick too, don't
No,
they?
you're not, darling.
Pray and ask God to be the centre of your life, and I think that's the most important thing first and foremost, is that the relationship that we have must have God first.
Yeah.
And then the love that we are wanting to give to someone, to give in a relationship, will come through as we demonstrating
grows.
our love and our relationship with God. And that's what's really important, is that, you know, you will find that someone if you're single. Don't get impatient. Talk to God about it.
Yeah.
And you will get that commitment that you're looking for as well, and that you deserve.
And don't try before you buy.
No, doesn't work.
You know, life is short, but, you know, it's special. It's something, you know, to share with each other on a very special wedding night.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
But I can say that I would say, like, we've been together 24 years, 23 married.
Yep.
Blissfully married. Ups and downs. Tears. Fights. Believe it or not. No, he doesn't fight. I do, but he doesn't. He won't. And so I've learnt that we talk about things.
Yep.
And we find out where we're at.
Yeah.
And I don't know, talking about putting God first.
Yeah.
When I first met you, all I wanted was you. I didn't want anything to do with anybody else.
Yep.
We put friends aside. It was just, we were engulfed with ourselves. Well, I was with you. I was infatuated with you. I wanted to spend every moment talking with you, getting to know you, instead of standing back and taking it easy. So I can say this from experience, that I was so full on because I was just so desperate to be loved that I forgot about the one thing in this world that loved me more than anyone, which was Jesus and what he did, and, you know, and what God has done for us.
And that's why it's important to put God first.
However, that's what I'm getting to. You're jumping ahead, love.
Oh, sorry, darling.
So what I have done is, I know the whole time that we've been together, you've been saying you're not my number one. And that used to really hurt, even though I knew you were talking about God, because I wanted to be your number one, because I'd never experienced the number one that you've had. However, with my walk with God and our worships together and our prayers together, I've realised that I can't have you without God being first. And that's the only thing that's got me this far, is that I've realised that I'm sorry, you will never be my first, but you will always be my second love. But I remember when I was 17, when I stood in that pool and I was baptised, I fell in love. But I forgot about that because I had a cool car and I had cool friends, and I used to go dragging.
Oh, your confessions, our young people.
And I used to beat people off at the lights because I was taught by my cousin.
You still do it.
And shut up! Don't tell everybody. Far out. Dibby dobber?
Yeah, it's really cool when we're in separate cars, and this is what I love,
Yes.
and this is about dating and commitment. When Jodie's in one car and I'm in another car, and we're going home or we have to go somewhere, usually we're going home. I've gone to church and coming home, and on the way home, the kids are in the car with Jodie or with me, and we will cruise along in the two lanes side by side with our windows down. We'll pull up at the lights, and we'll look over at each other and go,
How you doing?
"How you doing? Want to come back to my place?"
Yeah.
And it's just our way of trying to keep the romance alive, but also to spice up our relationship, and also to highlight that, to show our kids that we do love each other.
But we can have fun.
And we can have fun.
Yeah. We're not two old prudes yet.
No. I don't think I'll ever will be.
No.
So, the youth of, Tio said the youth are loving this, and try before you buy. They like that comment.
Yeah, I said
Yes, you're
don't
my
try.
second love. Yeah, don't try.
Don't try before you buy. Make it a special night.
Make it definitely a special night. I'm going to finish up with this passage of scripture found in the book of Ruth, and this is how commitment of a friendship can be. And this is talking about Ruth and Naomi. So we talked about Elisha and how he just gave up everything. But these verses are found in Ruth chapter 1, verses 16. And this is Ruth. She's talking to Naomi. And after whatever Ruth had been through with everything, and and she had nothing left either, and she could have stayed where she was, but Naomi was leaving, and this is what she says. But Ruth said, "Don't beg me to leave you or to stop following you. Where you go, I will go. Where you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. And where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. Ask the Lord to punish me terribly if I do not keep this promise. Not even death will separate us." And I think that's something that is really, really special for all of us, that we can take home from this. If anything, if you've just tuned in or you're watching, and you're wondering about your own relationship, but that's really true love with what Ruth and Naomi had.
Yes.
And that commitment that, would you be prepared to go wherever they went to go? Because I know you've said it to me, and we've moved around a bit over the years.
We have.
We've done some crazy things.
We have.
And we still do some crazy things.
Maybe you, not me.
Oh, come on. You're crazy in love with me, so that's...
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I will follow you to the ends of the earth. However, if Pastor Terry hears this, you have to talk to me about moving first, because, yes, it's a different conversation.
We have to talk to God about that too,
Yes.
because sometimes God sort of has plans, and we have our own plans, and this is where it is. If we are committed to God, if we say to God, where you want me to go, I will go. Where you want me to live, I will live. And, help me to share the gospel, to share the soon return of Jesus. God, you're my life.
Yeah.
And then when you meet that someone, or you're in that relationship with someone, you can say this: where you go, I will go. Where you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God until the day I die. Or
You know, that's like baptism.
Yeah.
That's saying, okay, God, there's my heart. Take it, guide it, and show me where you want me to be. Put the right people in my path, those that I can help, those that I can support, those that will help and support me. He wants us. He wants us to know love.
Yeah.
Nobody should be unloved.
True.
You know, in marriage, there's passion, sex, you know,
communication.
It's more intimate love.
Yeah. And it's an intimate commitment as well.
That's right. And that's why when you get married, it is that commitment to each other. Never to stop courting each other, exploring more of what God's given you instead of, trying before you buy, nah, didn't like it, didn't suit me. That's just shallow. That's like the top layer of skin. You've got to get into the dermis and epidermis to get into where all the muscles are and go in to see. Yes, where the hair follicle grows. And that's love.
Yes, and with that comment, Theo mentioned that, yes, you can see him blushing. Yes, I am blushing. For some reason, the camera's got me rather red. I think I need to put some lighter makeup on as well. I don't know. But it's got you looking gorgeous, so that's all right. I'm okay with that.
Who's blushing? Are you blushing because I said sex?
Yeah, all right. No worries.
Our kids, we talk about marriage and, you know, that sort of stuff. Don't go into details or anything. But they're like, oh, we don't want to talk about it. And I said, but that's what marriage is all about. Enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Simple.
And this is the thing. Maybe with whoever you're watching this with, or even have this conversation with someone later, sit down and watch it with them and have this conversation with your partner, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend, and say, well, where's our relationship at right now?
Yeah.
And that's a take-home thing kind of thing, is where is your relationship? And if you're not with anyone and you're single, here's what you can do. Go home, reflect, and ask, well, where is your relationship with God right now? Because
you don't have to have someone. You don't have to be married to be.
The most important thing is that it's about strengthening your. For now, focus on your relationship with God. And,
yeah.
You know, what time are you spending with God? What are you reading? Don't go and read the Bible from the beginning. Find somewhere like in the Gospels, you know, and Psalms and Proverbs, because that, you know,
I love Proverbs.
Read a little bit of each, you know, each day, and you'll find that your relationship, when you do that, will go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and will go.
Song of Solomon's when you get married.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's good, you know. And
or when you get engaged, or, you know, it's very eye-opening.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I was talking to my sister-in-law, and I can't say who it was because I've got quite a few sister-in-laws.
Yeah.
However, talking about the book of Song of Solomon's, she was just like, do you know what that? And I'm like, wow. So I had to read it myself.
In a marriage relationship, the Song of Solomon is the best book that you could read for marriage. And, you know, like how he talks about her as a Giselle and all this kind of stuff, and the love that's there. It's like, if you really want to put it out there, it's like, that's your porn book. Don't go and watch all that other rubbish that people put out there and bombard you with. Go and read the Bible and read the Song of Solomon, because that will strengthen your relationship. With that, everyone, thank you for joining us. We're going to have a prayer.
Yeah.
We thank you for joining us, because over the
I
next
hope
2
you're
weeks...
not all standing there with your mouth open going, oh, my goodness.
It's all good. God loves us, and he loves you too. And let's pray.
Yeah.
Lord, we just thank you for how awesome you are and how you've taken care of us and how you have demonstrated your love for us and the commitment that you gave by sending Jesus to die on the cross for us. We thank you for the examples that you've given us of Elisha and Ruth. And Lord, I just pray for each person that watches this tonight or is watching right now or watches this in the future, that they will reflect on their relationship and their commitment of love that they have for the people that are in their lives, Lord, and also for you. I pray, Lord, that you will bless us and continue this conversation, Lord, and as we talk about it again next week, we ask, Lord, that you bless us now throughout this Sabbath time and as whatever we do is my prayer in Jesus' wonderful name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. And we will have...
sending lots of love to family and friends in Queensland as well, as the borders are going to be shut again. We were hoping
to go to Queensland,
to go and see family, but unfortunately
that's not going to happen.
We have to knuckle down and
go high like this.
Yes. Yeah. So we miss our family a lot, but know that you are loved from deep within. And I'm so glad that we have our church family as well.
Yeah.
Because they have really embraced us in the last 6-7 years that we've been in Sydney. And it's just so heartwarming, and meeting people when we're at college and really finding, is it right for me to say kindred spirits? You know, people that are like-minded, and we can talk, we can have a laugh and be stupid and funny and cry with and hold a vomit bowl. That person knows when we've been away camping with them and I got really sick and she said, get a bowl. And you went, here, and you ran out the door and left.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Big
Love
shout
you
out
guys.
to everyone and take care. God bless. And we'll talk to you again
Bye.
soon. Good night.